Hey guys, good afternoon. Welcome. Hello, happy Friday. How exciting. I hope you guys have some fun plans for the weekend. I am currently in New Jersey and it is so hot. I just left the park and I took my little ones on a little train ride at the park. It was pretty awesome. And we did like the whole carousel thing, so it was lots of fun. We're finally back. I got my kiddos, I couldn't breathe for a second. I got my kiddos into bed and I wanted to jump on and share something with you. I sent out a newsletter last night to my email list about something that many people don't know about me, and that's that my first business was a total fail, okay? The first business I ever started back in 2009 was a total fail, and I want to share with you guys what I learned from that. But before I jump into that, let me introduce myself. My name is Nadia Khalil. I am a business mentor and a certified wellness professional. I've worked in the online space for 4 years now. I've built several businesses from the bottom up, in person and online. So I want to share something with you guys because first and foremost, my first business failing was a total confidence killer. It actually stopped me from starting my next business. It took me years before I started my next business because I didn't have the confidence to do that after the first one failed. But I have to tell you guys that that first business taught me everything. And I learned so much from that failed experience. I'm going to tell you how in detail. 5 lessons I learned. I learned so much from that it's allowed me to build successful businesses thereafter. So I'd like to share this with you. Please, if you're not following, hit the little guy and give me a follow. You could also share this out with your entrepreneur friends if you have any, or anybody that you know looking to start a business. Okay, guys? So let's get started. Let me give you some background info. So when I was about 15 years old in high school, there was a Rite Aid in town. That's a pharmacy that I used to go to, and we're going to get a little personal here, that I used to go to every time I needed my monthly essentials, if you guys know what I'm talking about. So every time it was that time of the month, I would go to Rite Aid in town. And there was a guy there who I had a huge crush on. And every time I went to go get my stuff, he always just happened to be working, and I found it to be slightly embarrassing. So I thought to myself, wouldn't it be awesome if there was like a monthly subscription service, a subscription delivery service that sent you your stuff every month so we don't have to go through this when there's a cute guy at the register, right? I was 15, by the way. So I was in high school, I went to college, and as soon as I graduated, my best friend and I decided to start this business, and we called it Perfect Timing. It was a monthly subscription delivery service that basically sent you pads and tampons right to your doorstep. So we started that business and we were pumped. When I tell you guys, we invested thousands of dollars. We even went on to Alibaba.com and we actually ordered panty liners and wipes with our logo on it. Hey guys, hey everybody's just jumping in. I'm telling this story about my first business. So it was a delivery service, a monthly subscription service for feminine care products. So we paid thousands of dollars on graphics, a website, logo. I spent about $6,000 worth in inventory, packaging stuff. We wanted to make everything look really chic and beautiful, and we wanted it to make you feel pretty. So we were pumped. We did so much promo. We had everybody posting about it on social media, and it was finally launch day. And as soon as we opened the doors to the business, it was like crickets. And I swear I even saw like tumbleweeds like flying by. It was awful. So we thought, okay, this is just, we were young. We were like fresh out of college. We thought, okay, maybe this is just like day one. Maybe like we just need to tweak our promo and our marketing a little bit. We did everything under the sun, from attending networking events to trying to partner up with different influencers in the industry. We did everything, you name it, and didn't work. So after a couple years of being in the red and exhausting every effort possible, we decided to just pull the plug because we were losing money. And we just went on, we took different directions. So it was like a total bummer. I had totally like no confidence in entrepreneurship. I didn't want to do another business, but deep down I always wanted to still work for myself. But I felt like a fraud. I felt like a failure. I felt like my business failed, so I'm not going to even try to do that again because it's humiliating. And considering everybody I know that is close to me and even not close to me knows that I tried this business and that it failed, so I'm not even going to try again. So years passed, and I finally said, you know what? Screw it. I'm still gung-ho on working for myself. So I decided to start another business, and I approached my friends and family, and they totally like gave me the raised eyebrow, like, you're gonna try that again. And basically nobody supported my idea, even the people who were closest to me, and it crushed me, but it also fueled me. So here I am now. 4 businesses have been created since then. One I sold my partnership in, which is still doing an amazing job. And then I have my online business and an in-person business. So let's talk a little bit about what that first business taught me specifically. I'm going to give you 5 little lessons. Okay, so the first one is that you need to fail in order to succeed. If you want real success and if you want to be really good at something and make a lot of money doing it, you had to have failed first to even be able to know what really works. So failing actually means that you're trying. It means that you are taking action, and that in itself manifests the confidence for you to be able to do anything in the first place. And even when things go wrong, you are learning what works and what doesn't, and it's bringing you one step closer to success. So I realized, once I wanted to head into my second business, that I knew what I was doing. I knew what not to do. I knew what to not pay as much attention to. I knew what not to invest money in, and where else I should allocate specific funds, and where I should exhaust more energy. So you need to fail in order to succeed. So if you have a fear of becoming an entrepreneur because you have a fear of failing, then you're on the right track, because you probably are going to fail a few times, and that's okay. So the second thing I realized is that a pricing model is so important. Part of the reason I realized we weren't as successful in that first business is because we truly did not pay attention to the business model. We made a lot of emotional decisions, and we thought that just some hardcore hustle was going to get us through. And although that is an admirable quality, you need to have a pricing model in place to see how much it is you will actually be making, how much you're actually going to be pricing on top of what it's going to cost you, whether it's a product or service, what it's going to cost you in terms of time, if it's a product, what the material is going to cost you. So you have to make sure that you're clear on what you're going to be spending, what you're going to be charging, and what you're going to be earning, okay? I learned that the hard way when we were in the red financially, and I was just dumping money into something that was not producing, okay? So that was the second lesson that I learned. The third one, which really hit home, is that the third lesson I learned is that you don't need cheerleaders. You don't need cheerleaders. Many of us get discouraged when the people closest to us don't cheer us on, right? When they don't root us on, when they don't support our vision or our dreams. But the truth is, you don't need cheerleaders. What you need is a network. What you need is to be surrounded by other professionals who are doing what you are doing, specifically the people that are successful doing what you're doing, because they're not a threat. They're a reminder that it's possible. So that's what you need to be surrounding yourself with, not cheerleaders. And not for nothing, your friends and family, if they're not in the service that you're in, or selling the product that you're selling, they don't know anything about it. So don't expect to have some kind of enlightenment or encouragement from people who are going to speak from their own space. Okay? So that was the third thing. The fourth thing is you have to research. Guys, you have to research. Now, my partner and I did no research on that first business. None whatsoever. Okay? We did none whatsoever. So there was a reason that nobody was doing what we did. We weren't the first people to think about it. Later, when we realized things were not going well, we actually started doing research and found that 3 other companies tried to build the business that we built and failed and shut their doors and ended the whole thing too. So if we had done that before, we would have actually probably done a little bit more research as to why they failed, and it would have kind of been a red flag, okay? Now, I just want to be clear, there's no perfect way to do entrepreneurship. You could do your research and find that somebody's super successful and you do it and it might not work out. There's a lot of things to take into consideration, but research is so important. It'll ease your fears a little bit too, because if you're seeing that somebody's doing what you want to do successfully, you'll be a little bit more confident in pursuing that idea, okay? So the last thing is something I have created called a validity test. I'm going to be sharing that with you guys on Monday here on Periscope, so make sure you're following. Now, my validity test is a part of my 5-day business building blueprint, which is a free 5-day challenge I'm starting on Monday. You can hit this guy, the link is in my bio, and you can join us so you get all the worksheets I'll be sending out. But the validity test will go through a series of questions that will help you get clear on whether or not your idea is truly worth pursuing. It's going to ask you all the right questions in terms of who you are, what it is you value, and is this profitable? Okay, so there's several things that you need to have your ducks in a row in a specific kind of way for you to even be able to get clear before you dive in and just make an emotional decision like I did. So I invite you to join me for that. I would love to have you guys, and I'm really excited to get started on Monday. I'm giving you guys over $500 worth of content. Literally, I'm giving you guys some really, really good stuff. So make sure you don't miss out on that. You could just hit the little guy and share this out. So those are the 5 lessons that I learned the hard way. Tears were involved. I hope you guys found this useful, and I hope that you can apply some of this if you are considering starting a business or working for yourself. Okay, guys? So I'm going to get going. I'm actually going to go do my nails. I'm really excited about that, and I hope you guys have a great day. Stay well.